What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Teen Nerd podcast, where our best advice here is if you want to do it right, collect what you like, but you know how it goes with FANime Talk. If you want to view it right, anime for life. And today we're just going to go over one all-time favorite. You guys, it's October, so what better way to start it out with the Vampire Hunter D. So yeah, we're just Bloodlust. We're going over the sequel. It's not necessarily a sequel, separate movie, but you know what I'm saying. So we're just going to be heading into that. Before we get into that, I want to holler at my man, Steve. Tell us what's going on, man. How you doing?
It's going great, man. Monday killed Monday, put that shit in the back seat, and now I'm ready to talk some Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, bro. I mean, this is one of our classics for sure. And so I'm ready, man. I'm super hyped. I had to reinvigorate myself and rewatch it and be like, damn. Still holds, its test of time. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and holler at the nerd chat, right? And holler at the moderators.
You know how. Please, yes.
All right. What's going on to the Team Nerd Herd moderators? Brother number one, something wrong. Oh, yeah. Brother number one, brother Rudy. Brother number two, something wrong. You know something right is gonna happen. And then brother number three, D anime, etc. D anime, etc. Senpai. It's really etc. Guys. I messed up. But let's go ahead and holler at the DJs, DJ Abomination and Plainclothes D. It was brought to my attention many a time, so I had to, own up to it. Man, shout outs to my man Bleeding Star. He was up in here early. Shout outs to Something Wong. Shout outs to Glenn 2K12, Horror Hermano. Yo, what's going on? Lord Chucks over at the BLCC, the biggest little city comic collectors. What's going on? My brothers. Oh, right there. Bleeding Star, the man, the myth, the legend.
That's right. With the new icon, too. I see you.
Yeah, man. Dark and bleeding. Let's go ahead and keep on trucking. All right. Eric the Phoenix is up in this piece. All right. Sometimes you always got to pop off one of those. You know what I mean? There's brother Rudy right there. Bam.
That's right, Rudy.
All right. I think we are all caught up and ready to rock, brother. If we have anybody coming in the group chat, we'll go ahead and highlight you. But without further ado,
for sure.
Go ahead and dish this over to Eric so he can go ahead and set the premise. Go on and set the mood, baby.
There we go. You guys, so we're diving into just another classic. It's quite a few years since this movie had come out. It definitely, in my opinion, the animation in comparison to the actual first Vampire Hunter D is just, they got the animation on point with this one. So we're going to dive into our main character. I mean, it's in the title of his name, Vampire Hunter D. He hunts vampires, right? But there is a little bit of a twist to this vampire. I mean, similar to Blade, he is a hybrid, a dun peel in this world is what they call them. They call them dun peels. So he is a half human, half vampire, and he goes and he's just exterminating, his own kind right there. And he gets commissioned to save a young girl. We see kind of in the opening credits, a girl gets captured in the night by a vampire. We later find out that this vampire, his name is Meyer, and this guy is no joke, pretty powerful vampire, and he just goes after her, takes her out, or so it seems. And so her father hires D to bring her back, whether it's bring her back alive or bring her back, in some way, but make sure you bring her back. And so D takes the job and he goes on, and I see something wrong, and D animator just get there with their head in the
They're already getting after it, dude. They're already getting after it.
Yeah, that's right, man. They make me laugh, dude, so much. All three of them, man. And Bleeding Star, I see you getting in the mix too, dude.
So
as we continue on with what we later find out, Charlotte is the girl that gets captured. Charlotte's father not only commissioned and hired Dee to go after her, but he also had hired a group of hunters by the name of the Marcus brothers. And so they got a head start in front of him. And so, he's trying to make ground. He's riding on horseback, and the Marcus brothers are just riding this freaking souped up Hummer, you guys. It's just one of those lethal, freaking tanks coming at you. Thank you, Lord Chuck. I see you notice, baby. Thank you, man. And so what I want to try glitching out a little bit. So I was going to share with you guys, some clips of how the, just their entrance, and just to kind of give you a little bit of a picture of what these individuals look like. But yeah, I think I'm glitching out a little bit. But so let me just describe you what the Marcus brothers look like. We have the leader, Orgoth of the group. He kind of, he's just the eldest brother, if you will. And his weapon is, he's got a bow and arrow on his arm, man. And this guy is just slanging arrows, silver arrows at,
yeah, man, for sure. Those silver arrows, bro. Those things are straight fire, man. Just and they're straight killing you, man.
He just
I think Eric's glitching out a little. Oh, you're good now. You're good, bro.
Okay, am I a little bit better? I'm sorry, guys. Internet's been a little shifty over here. We got Layla, who's one of the sisters in the group, and she's just kind of they just kind of picked her up. She's got this lethal gun, air gun, just bam, she's just blasting vampires here and there. And then we got one other sickly brother goes by the name of Grove, and his ability is very supernatural. He shoots himself up with some sort of elixir, and he's able to actually bring his spirit forth onto this plane, and he just has these flying orbs. What's going on, HK? And I think his ability is just very unique, the way they kind of made him out to be. He's definitely the ace that they have in their hole. So if things just get heavy, they got to rely on Grove to kind of be a projectile supporting figure for the group. But Meyer also does something to just kind of make sure that he gets away with this girl, Charlotte. We don't really know why he captures her, but what he does is he hires a group of kind of like mutant-like, very dark, bump in the night figures, you guys, and they go by, it's like a guild, and they go by the name of Barbaroy. And when they roll deep, you guys, you got, all sorts of figures going on up in here, and they're all warriors. They've just been warriors for centuries. Just out of the smoke. Yeah. Can I fart? Come on, Glenn. And so Meyer hires the Barbaroy to protect his voyage onto, he's just moving forward. Later we find out where he's going, but Dee comes and, comes and encounters the Marcus brothers, and he's just basically trying to get the commission first, try to save the girl first. Not only that, but he's got a grudge with all vampires. He just doesn't like his kind. And so he flattered, and taken back that, man, they not only have they have such a pristine hunter. He's just kind of like renowned amongst the land, and so they want to get there first too. But one of the Barbaroys ends up taking out one of the members of the Marcus brothers. This guy goes by the name of Bengi, and he just uses the shadows as his weapon, you guys. He just slithers through. So if you catch him in the dark forest, you're as good as gone. Bengi just is able to strike your shadow, and it actually inflicts damage on your actual physical person and takes out one of the Marcus brothers. And they just kind of contribute traveling on. D, he makes his way to the carriage, or so what it seems. And Bengi just has a very wide variety of abilities with cloth. Made a cloth that looks like the carriage itself in order to trap D. He was successful at that, captures him, and kind of in this kind of casting-like spell. The unique thing about D, it's not going to hold him for long because he's got this kind of parasite thing on his hand that is able to manifest itself as an actual face, you guys. So just picture, a hand of an ugly looking face on his hand, but it's quite useful. He's able to suck up spells, you guys. Vampire Hamster Triple D, dude. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard to keep going if you guys keep this up. And and D just he's able to use his parasite to be able to suck up this spell. So he's able to get himself loose, you guys. And so as he continues on, Tahir talks about D. And so what he continues to press forward. What's going on, Anthony? How you doing, man?
What's up, Anthony?
He just continues to go forward. The Marcus brothers are also hot on the Barbaroy's tail that are kind of guarding this carriage. And so Bengi stays behind to try to take them out. He manages to kind of slow in their pace. Him and alongside one of his kind of colleagues, I guess, or his comrade, goes by the name of Caroline. She has this ability where she's able to basically take the form of any kind of shape that she gets on, whether it's wood, metal, concrete. She's just able to become a part of it. And so she just blows holes through this big old tank that they got rolling in. She's not successful in taking any of them out, but she slows them down. So Bengi stays behind, and he wants to make sure that he's going to finish the job. However, he just is not tough enough. We got Kyle, who's kind of posing as the bait, and Wargoff is they're basically double teaming him, and they're able to get Bengi. They continue on. D is hot on the trail. Caroline, she encounters D, and they go on in a head-to-head battle. And so the unique thing about D is that what's going on, Ninja? How you doing? Ninja the Beheader in the house.
Yeah, and uncanny swag as well.
The thing about D is that he's not like what's going on, Uncanny? How you doing, man? He's not like Blade in the Marvel universe where he's the Daywalker. He's got all the unique abilities, the gifts of what a vampire has, and none of their weaknesses. D, on the other hand, he does have that. However, he does suffer from sunlight. If he stays out in the sun for too long, he ends up kind of, I guess you could say, he feels the effects of the lust of a vampire, and he has to dig a hole, or he has to get into some sort of shade. He just has a time limit as far as how long he's able to stay out in the sun, which is pretty long, but nevertheless, it is a side effect of what he suffers just from being what he is. And so Layla is kind of intrigued by this, by D. She goes forward and she actually helps him out unintentionally. She's actually trying to take out D just as the competition is. But she ends up helping him out by taking out Caroline. Spot of luck. They both have. Layla throws a knife straight right between the eyes, and it's a stormy night. Lightning just, Lady Luck just strikes Caroline with lightning right in the head and just blasts her to smithereens. You guys, there's nothing left of this chick. So it only leaves one more warrior of the Barbaroi. Goes by the name of Mashila. What's going on, Raging Cajun? How you doing? Welcome, man. And so he's just kind of the muscle, I guess, if you will, for this, for the last of the Barbaroi. And he has a very unique ability. He's a werewolf, but his abilities as far as the werewolf, he's able to transform his stomach into an actual just giant mouth. The Marcus brothers feel like they try to corner the carriage as they keep going, and what they do is they're able to plant kind of dynamite, just bombs, explosive on this bridge just to kind of slow them down. And what we end up finding out is as they set off some of these bombs, they think they kill Mashila, but he kind of just takes a header into the lake down below where they are, and they end up finding out that Meyer, the vampire, is in love with Charlotte. Charlotte is in love with him as well. So that's something that we just see in the story. Vampires loving a human. I mean, you kind of think it's unheard of, right?
True love story.
But yeah, but this is just something that just is love is what it is, I guess, and so and so what they do is Meyer gets out in broad daylight, and he's just starting to fire up, you guys. I mean, the sun is roasting him, and he is just basically wanting to fight for the love of his life. And so while Meyer is there, Mashila takes it upon himself to get the jump on these guys, takes out Kyle, and he's just about to take out the others as well. And so he's, goes up against Orgoff, scratches Orgoff up, and he's just he's really he takes out one of his eyes, so he's damaged up. Layla's back with D, so she wasn't able to help you guys. And so yeah, very very much like a Bromeo Juliet, the anime, very much so. You got two opposing sides. And humans and vampires, they just we're food to them, so that they wouldn't think that this is going to be something that would ever happen. And so what's up, Rudy? What Meyer is trying to do, where his destination is, you guys, if you guys know anything from the Castlevania series, we do see a familiar character who actually has a history in the kind of lore of Dracula and all of their some of their higher-esque lords and barons in their background. We get Camilla. Camilla is another very dangerous, very powerful vampire, and she actually sent word to Meyer that she would be able to help them out and send them to the City of the Stars. And so they actually are going towards her castle, which her castle, you guys, is just a haunt fest, all around, you guys. You wouldn't want to step in there. You're just basically as good as done if you go in there. But because she's trying to get Meyer and Charlotte safe passage to the City of the Stars, you guys, she's got this huge castle with a freaking built-in rocket ship, talking about cribs to the fullest. This girl's got it going on, I mean, Steve, am I right? Yeah, she's got, the Hummers, the Benz, she's got all that, and a freaking rocket ship. Up into the atmosphere, y'all. Can't get any closer to the moon than that, No. And so so the Marcus brothers and D, they all kind of make their way there. That's right. Let's see. Air dial up to the max. I know. If I could, man, I would, man. I know the internet is kind of glitchy over here, you guys. I'm sorry about that. And so while we continue on, Orgoff makes a plan, and he unfortunately has to rely on Grove to kind of help with this one. He goes in, but he gets bit. He sees his two brothers. Camilla has the power of illusion on her side with the castle. She's able to just make you see what you want. And so what she does is that she throws two caskets at Orgoff, and he shoots at him, and out come his two brothers, and he just is kind of taken back, like, oh man, you know, thank God you guys are alive. I could really use your guys' help. And unfortunately for him, they just, you know, drain him and turn him into a vampire, you guys. And so now Camilla has yet another puppet, an actual living puppet on her side. And so as she's taking out, you know, the people that are in her castle, you think that she isn't gonna, that she's not really gonna harm, you know, Meyer and Charlotte. However, what we know of her is that she's just a living spirit within her household. If her house gets taken down, she gets taken out. And so what she's trying to do is she's trying to basically find a new body. She's has intentions of taking Charlotte's body for herself. And so what she does is she makes her see Meyer. She knows that, you know, she kind of feels it within herself that Charlotte is tempted to become a vampire herself. And Meyer, you know, there's a reason why Meyer hasn't done that, because he doesn't want her to feel the thirst that, you know, that he feels and that all vampires have. And so Camilla takes advantage of that and shows her the illusion of Meyer, saying, hey, you know, like, I've given it a second thought. I'm willing, if you're willing. And you guys, she just falls for it. She falls into Camilla's trap. She's done, and she ends up getting, you know, getting bit, you know. And so her blood is getting drained straight to the coffin, you guys. And so she is just as close to getting that body. And then Meyer kind of senses something that's going on, and she takes out Meyer from the back, you guys. Just an axe, boom, clean from the back of the head. And Steve, when I mean clean, man, that's right. You know, Meyer falls, and his head just splits open, you guys, just like a cracked melon. That's exactly what it is, you know.
Yeah, man, that's vintage, so, like, cut head in half. Yeah, dude, vintage cut head in half, and just like,
that's right. You know what I mean? That's right. I know. I feel you, man. I feel you. And so now we get more figures coming in. We get Layla coming back in, and Dee also inside the house. Layla gets a vision of her younger self, and so Camilla is playing to that trap too with her. And so just as she's about to go after her younger self, big old chandelier just is gonna come and just, you know, smush her to smithereens, like, you know, like the piano just kind of cutting Looney Tunes. Just bam, just try to get her. However, Dee is right there to kind of pull her back, and he says, you know, wake up, like, you know, this is all an illusion. And so when we get introduced to Orgoff, who is now fighting for the other side, he gets turned completely. He gets Layla, and, you know, threatens Dee that if he doesn't, you know, put his weapon down, that he's gonna bite her. And so Dee is able to take Orgoff gets caught up, and we get the last of Grove. Grove comes in with his Holy Spirit, you know, with his orbs, and just dives on Orgoff, is able to save Layla. Unfortunately, it just takes him out, and he's done deal, dude. And so now we get to going more to the fight where Meyer comes back. Dee is getting confronted with Camilla herself, and Camilla has intentions of taking out Dee. She senses something, you know, very strong and powerful within him, about him, and so he is going head to head with her. The fighting is definitely picking up. You get an opportunity to see that Camilla's spirit just kind of hovering over, and Dee is just able to slice her up, and she is curious as to why he was able to overcome all of, you know, her tricks, everything, you guys. And so the only thing that she has to mutter left is, are you the son of the Vampire King, you guys? So you know, that leaves, you know, I'm sure it's open for interpretation, but I mean, with how powerful Dee is, and, you know, Dracula himself likes to soil his royal oats, you know, he likes to dip and dab, you know, with vampires and humans alike, you know, so it's not far-fetched, you know. I mean,
he ain't a hater at all.
He's a debonair guy, you know, Dracula, you know. He's got the suave, he's, you know, got the very thin mustache. I mean, he could shapeshift. There's no telling what this guy could do, you know. So he just and so now we get to the final battle where D is going to fight Meyer, and all Meyer wants to really do is just to kind of take Charlotte away, and D kind of senses that. He has a bit of sympathy for him. His heart goes out to him. So what he does is he takes just a ring as proof to her dad that unfortunately she's gone, but I did go as far as I could, and so here's the proof. And that's right, the old shake and bake, baby. And and so Meyer takes Charlotte into the rocket ship, and this thing is older than the hills, you guys. So it's just like it's a bucket, and it's just pushing up as high as it could go, and trying to make it. So, and to our knowledge, what we know is that they're making it, and Layla is actually rooting them on because she's just tired of all the massacring, all the blood killing, everything, you guys. And so years later, Lord Chuck's with the wake and bake.
essential.
That's right. And then we get the years later, we get the in the future that D is attending a funeral, and there's a little girl that kind of comes up to him, and she knows who he is, and she says, "Oh, like you're that man that my grandmother told me about. This is you." And so we find out again that yet another ability that D has is that vampires just don't age, or they don't age like we do. So he's still looking pretty while Layla's unfortunately pushing up daisies. But I think she lived a long life, Steve. She lived a long life.
Oh yeah,
she had children, got married, had grandchildren. So. It didn't turn out too bad for her. And then, but Steve, yes, that's right. She got a chance to live life. She didn't get, bit or nothing like that. So it was a happy ending for her and for D. He just lives to fight another day. But, Steve, I got to ask you a question. There were many fight scenes here and there. What fight scene for you was the best? What really stuck out to you, man?
Like I like between Meyer and D, like towards the end, because you get to you get to see like the strength of Meyer and his freaking wings. I mean, you see it in the beginning, but this time they like going back and forth. And Layla has kind of has a moment where she's looking at Charlotte on the floor, who's dead, guys. DEAD, dead on arrival. DOA, gone, pushing up daisies, never coming back. And she just kind of has a moment, takes the ring off, and she just throws it, because I guess it really sinks in loss. And once he is there, he's about to strike Meyer right through the heart, but he has that sympathy. He can hear the ring just clitter clatter against the marble, and as soon as he does that, he just hits his shoulder. And even Meyer knows, why didn't you get me? And he's like, all I need is the ring. And he's like, you can take your beloved, go on MTV Cribs and freaking take this jalopy of a bucket up to this City of Stars.
That's right, man. Hopefully they made it. I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe they made it to the atmosphere and then just wound out in Kentucky or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it would just be, that would just be the parody of it, right? Or the irony. They're pushing up forward and bam, nothing, dude. Nothing.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that's a good fight scene. I did enjoy just the kind of take on how they made Meyer's cape being able to harden up, and then how he's able to kind of shapeshift his hand into kind of like an armor-like weapon. Honestly, I really have to say in the beginning when they're able to introduce the Marcus brothers and you get to see their different abilities. For me, when there's an anime or a movie that has a group of individuals, I find myself just fascinated by what the group's abilities or what their skill set, what they're capable of doing individually and then collectively as a group. So, when I was watching that scene with Orgoff's arrows just kind of falling down and just raining on all these vampires. I was just,
in the
that
cemetery.
really hooked me in, and then, like I said, how we get to see Kyle, that, knife wielding ginger, just agile, just slicing and dicing. I think that was, just something for me that I was just like, yes, I'm feeling it, I'm digging it. And so, yeah, as a kid growing up, this was definitely one of the anime movies that's up there. I can watch it, over and over again. And so, yeah, you guys, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's just good, you guys, and the animation is just top notch. Top notch. We gotta bleed up.
Yeah, dude, they're talking something about Mary.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, that's a funny movie too, man. A fun fact about Something About Mary. I went and saw that in theaters like 5 times, you guys. I thought that was the funniest movie ever. And I was like in elementary school when I saw that, dudes. I just thought that was hilarious, So yeah, that's a good movie to recommend, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys, that ties up, Vampire Hunter D, everybody has their kind of Halloween, October month, their rituals of, Scare Fest or dark movies, Halloween themed movies. So, if you could squeeze this one in there, you guys, I definitely would recommend it. If you're into it, let me know what you guys think. If it's your first time watching, Steve and I would love to hear from you guys. But with that being said, that's the movie. That is the wonder of Vampire Hunter D.
You got a recommendation?
Bloodlust. Have I watched Wolf's Rain? Wolf's Rain. It sounds familiar, Bleeding Star. I don't know that I have watched it though. But I'll look into it, man. I'll definitely look into that. So yeah, man. But Steve, what do we got anything going on for this week, sir?
Oh man, we got a ton of things in the works, guys. So we have introspective, who's gonna be the Titan King? Is it gonna be Kingpin or is it gonna be my man Jeff Geek Driven? I mean, you guys saw it was a battle. We had some votes coming in. We will be going over who is the champion. You guys, we will also already have 2 members to add into that shuffle, guys. So it is going to be a new season of introspective. And Thursday, we got a Mondo mail call with my man Joey Does Comics. So we should be rocking and rolling there, getting to know the community. My man over at Future Spec, those youngins be knowing what the hell they put down, man. Those kids are freaking, I can't even call them kids. They're young men, man. They're freaking like Future Spec. That's it, man. They're picking up stuff that these grown collectors have already, are picking up as well. So they're on the mark, and their channel is awesome. So you guys go ahead and check them out. Go ahead and sub them up over at Future Spec. But he'll be here on Thursday, man. So you guys will get to know him a little more, And then Sunday, man, top picks. Your boy might have another drop in the mic. You guys get to reading, man. Reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental,
That's right, baby. That's right.
And then what about you, man? What we got for next Monday?
Well, you guys, like I said, yeah, I was gonna say, man, I have somebody in mind that I'd like to bring on, to next Monday show. I want to start this new segment, you guys, and do it as often as I can when we can. I want to bring on a guest and just rap with them about their origins, you guys. I always love hearing people's stories. I'm not a big history guy, but people's personal history, love hearing about them. It just gives us, a greater connection, towards the community with anime, comics. I mean, you guys just know how it goes. I mean, Raging Cajun, he's got his show. He gets community members, and I just love hearing all of their tales. Same thing with No Good. So I just would like to also give you guys this platform to let's rap about some anime. And you need to Inja Benja, I mean, that could be our first segment. I don't know if you guys really want to hear me ramble on about myself with my first anime. I definitely will, share some bits and pieces about that. I mean, who knows? I mean, I might have I'd love to have Inja Benja, the anime, my man, comics are great, you know, and I saw in the comments that Rajan said that he, you know, that he's watching a little bit more anime, you know, so we love hearing all of that, you guys. So, you know, and I'd love to, you know, get Steven's origins. We're brothers, you know, but we may not have the same origins, you know. So, yeah, but I would love, you know, to continue to reach out to the community. I'd love the community to reach out to me. I, you know, would just love to have you guys on. I know for some of you guys, timing is a thing, so we could definitely work with that. But yes, moving forward, next Monday could definitely be our first Chibi Tales, you guys. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
The
yeah,
guest, hell
man.
yes,
So
yeah.
we got man. So we got a lot lined up for this week. It's going to be a busy week, guys. I almost say maybe we on Friday. There's a show on Friday, and I think that's a CBSI. I'm losing track of my days with all this work and overtime, man. So, but with that being said, Eric, do you want to take us out?
Yes, sir.
The best
Right, you guys. Thank you guys all again for being in the chat. For those of you that are watching, you know, the replay, we appreciate you guys coming in, listening to us rap about some anime. And with all that being said, you guys, if you want to do it right, anime for life. Peace out, y'all.
Much love, y'all.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace out.